This is a talk about a tuicr tool, a terminal user interface for reviewing code with Vim key bindings. It lets you export reviews to GitHub, GitLab, or just copy them to your clipboard. It works in the terminal like a GitDiff viewer, but with continuous scrolling across all changed files. You can comment on individual lines, ranges, whole files, or at the review level. When you finish, you can push those comments straight back to a GitHub pull request or a GitLab merge request, copy a nicely structured markdown summary to your clipboard, or pipe the result out to another process. The tool works with Git, the newer JJ version control system, and Mercurial. It can review changes that are still uncommitted, a specific commit range, or a whole pull or merge request. Installation is simple. You can run the provided script, run curl fssl tuicr dev install sh, or use homebrew, brew install agavra tap tuicr. You can also install via cargo, mies, or nix, or download a pre-built binary from the GitHub releases page. Updating is a single command, tuicr update. If you need a known good version, you can pin it with tuicr update 0180. Getting started with a command line is straightforward. Just type tuicr and it will prompt you to pick a commit range or start reviewing uncommitted changes. You can also pass flags to pick uncommitted changes. Review a specific commit range. R main, head, review a PR by number, PR 125, or an MR by number, MR 125. The TUI subcommand does the same but forces the TUI mode. Other useful commands include tuicr review list to see saved sessions, and you can pipe reviews to standard output with tuicr stout. Inside the TUI, navigation uses familiar Vim keys. Use J and K to move between lines, C to add a comment, and Y to copy the review. After you're done, press Submit to push to the remote platform, or Clip to copy the markdown to your clipboard. If you've already reviewed a pull request before, tuicr remembers the last review you submitted and preselects only newer commits. Comparisons with other tools show that tuicr offers a full TUI diff viewer, line-level commenting, Vim key bindings, and real inline review submission for GitHub and GitLab. Other tools like the GitHub CLI or the gitdiff command do not provide these. Export options are threefold. For GitHub, the submit command gives you a picker that lets you add a fine-grained comment, approve, request changes, or mark the review as a draft. These get posted as a pull request review, with inline comments on specific lines and a review summary. For GitLab, the submit command does the same, creating discussion notes for inline comments. You'll need the GitLab CLI authenticated to your host. Request changes requires you to be an assigned reviewer. Drafts are only available for GitHub. For any coding agent or other applications, pressing Y or clip copies a structured markdown block to the clipboard. Each comment is numbered and linked to a specific file and line. The format might look something like, I reviewed your code and have the following comments. Please address them. 1. src auth rs. Consider adding unit tests to src auth rs42. The magic number should be a named constant. 3. src auth rs5055. This block could be refactored. You can paste that into an AI coding assistant or other tool. If you need to pipe the review to another process, just add the stout flag. For example, tuicr stout review MD or tuicr stout copy on Mac OS. Beyond the interactive UI, tuicr also provides a review CLI subcommand that lists and manages existing sessions. This is useful for scripting or for tools that want to process reviews without opening the TUI. The tool writes a session file when a review target becomes active. This file can be read by other programs. For developers who want to incorporate tuicr into their own Rust projects, a library API is available. Create a review store and you can list sessions for a repository, load a specific session, and programmatically add comments. The API mirrors the TUI's comment insertion primitives, so it's straightforward to integrate. Configuration is done via a TOML file placed in the user's config directory. Config tuicr config toml on Linux and Mac OS, or %appdata %tuicr config toml on Windows. Users can choose themes, set whether the diff view is side-by-side or unified, toggle white space sensitivity, enable mouse support, and tweak the leader key for shortcuts. You can also define custom comment types, each with an ID, color, and definition, which the UI applies to comments. Popular bundled themes include Dark, Light, Aeolite, Grovebox, Nord, Solar Eyes, and many more. If you create a custom theme, simply point the configuration to a new theme file and optionally include a local syntax theme for code highlighting. Keyboard shortcuts are built on Vim bindings. The most common ones, J or K, Move down or up CTRLD or CTRLU. Half page scroll G or G. Jump to top or bottom, or previous or next file, or previous or next hunk M or M. Navigate comment search C or C. Add a line or file comment V or V. Select arrange for a comment R. Toggle file reviewed R. Toggle hunk reviewed E. Open the focused file in your editor Y. Copy the review. Submit. Push it. Clip. Copy. Structured Markdown tab in the command prompt. Complete commands. Toggle the help overlay. If you press while inside the TUI, you get a full list of key bindings in a scrollable window. Finally, sponsorship acknowledges the people who keep the project alive. The tool is released under the MIT license, and contributions are welcomed through the usual GitHub workflow.